That's missing because it's like an attack on your. It's just like a microaggression.
It's like
or something.
being wrong is
what?
the worst thing on earth. Like being wrong is just a normal part of life. Like you are gonna say something so, dude. When I was in Korea, right? I don't know what happened in my brain, but I left it here. And so when I was in Korea, I was wrong about so much shit, and I kept catching myself. And Mariel looked at me. She goes, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm wrong about everything." Like I would say stuff with such confidence. We were going somewhere, right? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Genius Brain Podcast. We have Patrick.T.Riley, the pink-dicked wonder.
Pink. It is pink. It's kind of pink. It's got a pinkish hue.
It's bright pink.
Pinkish balls.
Asian people have purple dicks.
You guys got purple dicks?
It looks like that weird orange and purple popsicle that you get from the ice cream man.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Jason and Cheney's is black.
Okay.
Mine's is pretty dark.
It's like a mummy dick.
Yeah. Mine's like
dead,
almost purple.
deceased.
Gangrene dick.
Sarcophagus.
It's gonna fall off.
Sarcophagus dick is what that.
And then we have Nick the ear, the purple-dicked, weird Taiwanese man.
You got purple dick.
I got purple dick. It's like
purple
it's
as fuck.
Yeah, it's not like too purple, but it's like
It's purple.
It's purple. A little dark though.
You didn't know that the Asian people have like different colored dicks?
It's like the same color as my nipples.
I figured it was like a different color, but I didn't know. I wouldn't have said purple. I would say like a
It's
darkish
like this weird
brown,
purplish
maybe?
hue. It's like somebody was choking it out and they just never let go.
Like an eggplant, like eggplant purple.
No, not that purple.
It's like a dead corpse,
Like
it
a dead
turns blue
body.
little bit.
Like, have you seen the lips on a dead corpse?
Yeah.
Is that what it's like?
That is what it looks like.
Nice.
But like a little darker. Like a hint darker.
100%.
A little darker.
Yeah.
I wish I was exaggerating, but
But it kind of looks like that.
kind of looks
And
like
shout
that.
out to
You guys
the
got-
people that know that.
That's probably why Jason's dick looks like a dead. He looks like he has
100%.
a dead dick.
Have you
like
ever
Mr.
seen the
Deed's
lips
toe.
of somebody who drowned himself in a river? That is the color
At the end of
Asian person's dick.
Titanic, when Leo is all his
Yes.
lips are blue,
Yeah.
like
That's
that.
actually
Like
very
blue,
accurate.
purple. Yeah.
Wow.
That is the color of a.
That's
Nick,
crazy.
Show us, please.
Pull your
I'll
dick
show you
out,
my
man.
asshole instead.
Same color.
Blue Mr. Manhattan dick, dude. That's
No,
what you
that's
got.
too bright.
That's too bright. That's neon.
It's darker. It's darker.
Dude,
Oh,
did you see the series?
I did. I loved it.
Watch
The size of that man's dong was ridiculous. At
I
the
don't.
end-
Oh
Wait,
yes.
hey, what show
Yeah.
this
Watch
show,
it.
huh?
Hey, what show?
Pornhub.
Yeah.
It was so unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
We were watching the thing, and all of a sudden, you just see this Coke can just dangling
Fat old dick.
from his
Wait,
waist.
it was Mr. Manhattan?
Mr. Manhattan.
You never seen Watchmen, the show on HBO?
I haven't seen the show. I saw
Bro.
the first couple episodes, and Tiff didn't watch it with me, so I'm gonna rewatch
The
it.
scared
show shits on the movie. 100%. The show's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Watch
I'm gonna
that
watch
shit.
it. I'm gonna
And you
watch that
see
shit.
Mr. Manhattan's big old Pepsi can dick.
it's crazy
fire.
how large
Bang.
that shit scared me.
That dick.
Was his dick in the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in the movie, but in the show, it
I think
was.
his dick is in the movie.
You would know, gay boy.
Watch some of the movies with dicks in them, dude.
I was like trying to catch it like at the movie theater. Like,
it's not 3D. It's not 3D.
sit down, kid.
But when I was in South Korea, apparently the whole world was exploding. And I got a lovely, lovely text from a few of my friends that were at the Chappelle stand-up show saying that Dave Chappelle got fucking attacked,
Got attacked.
which is crazy. Just because recently Chris Rock got the shit slapped out of him by Will Smith.
By Will Smith.
So what the fuck is going on in this world? Is there just like a target on all comics? Like if you don't like what people do,
Seems like it's only black comics that they're just going
yeah,
after.
why not white comics?
Yeah,
huh?
why not?
Why
huh?
isn't Tom Segura getting socked, huh?
Don't know. I saw him post a video too right after the Will Smith thing, and he was like, if anyone comes up here, he's like, I'll bite your fucking face off.
That's a strong deterrent.
He's like, I can't fight, but I'll bite your fucking face
that
off.
guy that went up to assault Dave Chappelle, that was like a terrible attempt, wasn't it?
Well, first of all,
Tackle.
when I saw that
he like
guy's
jumped
face,
up.
he was like half Asian, half black.
Yeah.
He looks like the Triple X Tension, the rapper.
Honestly,
He
I
kind of
thought
looks like that fool.
it honestly looked that was like one of Dave Chappelle's kids from the future and trying to
Yeah.
stop his dad.
Yeah.
Don't do any more trans jokes. Trying to tackle his dad. Dude, they folded that fool like a piece of paper.
He
the shit out of
looked
him.
like the letter Z. Like, remember in Sesame Street when they are like, we're gonna learn about the letter Z,
His arm
and they
was
could
like
like
this.
put that dude up there. And be
Somebody
like, "Z."
literally put him in an arm bar and snapped his arm
It was
off.
Busta
fucked
Rhymes.
his shit up.
Dude, it was so bad. They fucking folded him like an origami. Like they literally turned him into another human being.
Dude, I read something today too that because of that they found some bullshit. They were gonna charge him with a misdemeanor. They weren't gonna prosecute him because they were like, oh, it's a
LA,
misdemeanor because it's LA. I think what it is because Dave's got the heat from the trans community that they felt like if they went after him, politicians are like, fuck, like trans community has a lot of power. We don't want to fuck with that. he's getting a misdemeanor. Crazy, because that was assault and he had a knife on him. But anyways,
He had a knife on him?
he had like a pistol that like it wasn't a gun, it like was like a knife. So he had a knife on him.
What is it? Acme cartoon? What
Yeah.
is this shit?
Bang!
Did a flag come out of it? Like what is
Yeah, dude.
Stupid fucking idiot. But because of this situation, I was reading today that apparently he had like stabbed his roommate or something,
He did?
and they didn't even know about it. But all the heat, they started looking into him, and they're like, "Oh wait, this fool stabbed somebody." They somehow connected
with
him
the
to
same gun
another
They
knife?
still
crime.
let him go and shit.
They
Where do
connected to him another crime, so now they're like, "We're going to charge him on felonies." But I don't to that case. But I don't think as Chris.
But where did you find a gun knife? And
Yeah,
why would
I
you
don't know.
have a gun, which a gun is already lethal? Why would you turn it into a less lethal weapon?
The gun
It's
is
way
a
more
better
efficient.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he thinking? He goes, nah, the gun's not enough. I gotta stab him.
How did he get it in there?
I don't know. Because
Where did he come
how
from?
did he get a gun in there?
He had good seats.
He was like front row.
Also, he paid the $500
He paid
tickets.
600. Chappelle's shit's not cheap.
No.
He paid like a G for that murder
Oh my
attempt.
God.
Maybe not a G, but he paid 500 probably.
You don't think he
600?
could have traveled his way from the nosebleeds?
No, dude. There's got security all over the place.
That was one of the worst
To the
tackles in the
front?
history of tackles, though.
Yeah, it was terrible. He like jumped at him. I was like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that shit was bad, dude. But he went. So was it during the end of his set or was it in the beginning?
I don't know. I don't know where he was in his set.
I think it was at the end.
But the full tackled him. They beat the shit out of his ass. Chappelle gets up and just starts. He's like, I think it was a trans woman or something. He's like made a joke about that.
Yeah.
I was a trans man.
Yeah, or trans man, whatever he said. And then everyone started coming out. And then Chris Rock came out and was like, was that Will Smith? Like that was
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
clip. And apparently they probably had a good time afterwards.
Of course.
Just beating the show.
There's no way Dave Chappelle's going to
Someone's getting
sit there
murdered.
and then mope about that shit. He's
No.
going to make jokes about
Of
his
course.
almost near death experience,
Yeah, dude.
which is so fucking dope too.
What
by
was
the
the
way.
desired outcome of that guy though? Like, do people
I heard
know
Jamie
what he was
Foxx
trying
beat
to
the
do?
shit out of him too.
I heard Jamie Foxx is up there with
Yeah.
a cowboy hat. That's what by all accounts. Like a Django hat on. He was just whooping this fool's ass. Django's saving the day, dude. That's sick.
But I don't understand too. Like, what is
No.
the logic behind this whole thing of just people? Okay, a comic is making jokes that you're offended by, right? But that's his job. He's going to be on stage. You're there at a show watching what he does for a living, and then you go and try to kill him for doing what his job is. Like, I don't
Well,
get it.
Not only that, it's just like if you don't like his fucking, just don't go. Don't watch his shit.
That
Don't watch his
motherfucker
shit.
was, let's be real, he was crazy.
Yeah, he had to be crazy.
This
He's got
motherfucker,
issues.
he's not thinking logically about this shit.
Yeah.
He probably thought he was gonna like get some clout by doing this. And
Maybe.
he kind of did, but also he's nuts.
They also need better security too.
Yeah,
Come
how'd
on.
that even happen?
What is going on here?
That is wild. How the fuck did he get up there?
Especially at a show like that.
The
Isn't that
Hollywood
it's-
Bowl.
It's Netflix too, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also the Hollywood Bowl is like it's a big
huge
venue.
Huge venue.
Be ready.
Yeah, how come there's like no security here, like doing their fucking job? Like Dave
lost
Chappelle
your eyes.
is literally an icon.
Yeah.
Like he dies, it's like Kobe dying.
Yeah,
for real.
for reals.
For real.
So
That's
what's going on
huge.
here? I don't get it.
Protect Dave Chappelle at all costs.
But the idea too, like people think it's okay just to start attacking people now.
No.
Because
While they're doing their job.
look at fucking Will Smith over here just setting fucking records now, just giving people the platform to just start slapping people, huh? Will Smith, you piece of shit. I love you. You're actually my hero.
Bro, Will Smith.
We were very
dog.
disappointed in you when you did that.
Yeah, but that whole thing just makes me always think too. It's like I always get worried for like the state of comedy because even the other day, because when I'm on the plane, if I get Wi-Fi and stuff, I'm on social media to kind of pass the time, and I'm looking through Twitter. The things that get the most retweets is somebody complaining about some type of social injustice in society.
Some hoorah shit.
And look, there are certain things that make sense, right? And there's a lot of things that you should fight for. But literally, the dumbest fucking things about your personal feelings about personal issues are getting like 100K retweets. There was like this tweet about like, why is it okay for people to ask what I'm doing at night? How about sometimes I just want to chill at home? Okay, how is this a big deal?
Turn off your phone then.
People want to hang out with you, okay?
Yeah, like,
That's what
the
it
fuck?
is.
And then everybody going on a diatribe was like, yeah, people don't respect my personal space. They think I have to go out with them.
Oh my god.
Is this a
So
real
entitled,
issue?
dude.
People
This is an
are
issue?
so soft, dude.
Yeah.
So soft.
Our life's too good.
It really is.
It really is.
Honestly, it really is.
One of the most annoying things that I read too when I was on the plane was somebody who wrote a post that got a bunch of retweets was like, you don't know what it's like to live in terror until you live a day in the United States.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
the United States of America.
Bitch, where you live though?
Bro,
Listen.
go to Rwanda.
Talking about a place that had a fucking genocide?
Yeah, the Congo, dude.
The
Like,
Tutsis would disagree
Yeah,
with
the
you.
kids are soldiers.
I don't think these
Kids are soldiers, bro.
What are you talking about, dog?
Dude, I literally just had a podcast with my buddy Sergio talking about his life in Colombia, where somebody tried to kidnap him,
Yeah.
which is the reason why his parents decided to move to the States when they were both professors in Colombia. And they started working like remedial jobs here because it was safer.
Yeah. Bro,
What are you talking about?
what?
Like, I know there are very bad things. It's not to minimize how you feel about the track, because there's been some crazy shit that's happened.
Of course.
the last
Of
couple of
course. Of course.
But when you make a statement that
That's a wild statement.
to wake up in the United States is to wake up in terror.
We're like spoiled kids.
Yeah.
We're like spoiled kids. That's really what it is. It's like we're spoiled motherfucking kids. I mean, not everybody. Like, there's people that like
Yeah,
you grew up in Watts. Like you're dealing with some shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But like for a lot of people, I bet you that motherfucker had a pretty. If you
If
looked
you're
at his life,
tweeting it,
pretty good.
if you're tweeting it, your
Hey.
life's probably all right.
Yeah, exactly.
I had B Nguyen on this podcast, and she told me this story, which was kind of funny, but it's just the reality of the situation. She grew up in Vietnam, right? And so she grew up in Vietnam, and she went to like East Oakland, which, by the way,
Yeah.
arguably probably worse than Vietnam.
On par.
Yeah.
On
So
par.
she fucking goes to East Oakland, right?
Sure.
And then she hears people complaining about their life in East Oakland, and she goes, "You guys have a roof." Like, she's like saying, she's like amazed by shit like that.
That's what I'm saying.
The small things.
She goes, "You have air?
Water.
You have air conditioning. What are you talking about? It's great here." But that's her perspective from growing up in Vietnam and moving to
Yeah.
the States.
Right.
So when you have these statements, and like, listen, I'm not minimizing how people feel about things that are happening, because I think that post was in reflection to the shootings that have been happening.
Mm.
But when you say a blanket statement, like to wake up in America is to wake up in terror, it's like, yo, you got to take a step back for a second. Like, this is a global platform. There's literally a war in Ukraine and Russia right now where fucking kid soldiers, people are dying simply because they're just Ukrainian. There have been genocides. There's people fucking starving. They literally can't get food anywhere at all. Compared to the States, where you walk into a homeless shelter, they'll give you a hot meal.
Mm.
We're kind of like comparing apples and oranges here.
Yeah.
But the fact that shit right there gets like 100,000 retweets blows my fucking mind.
It's like I said, it's just like spoiled kid shit, honestly. Because you're right. It's like if anyone used any perspective, you wouldn't be saying some dumbass shit like that. Like,
But you can't say that too, because now you're minimizing how they feel, which is not the point, you know?
Here's another thing about that. So like there are real issues, and the whole thing about like you can't minimize like feelings for some reason. Like look, feelings are important, but somehow they became like the number
Top
one
priority.
top priority. It's like yes, your feelings are valid, but also I'm allowed to have the feelings that say fuck your feelings. You know what I mean? Like,
And that's where we end the podcast, guys.
That's the message of the day.
it's the tequila, dude. No, wait, but I'm just saying that like feelings are important, and we should talk about everything and whatnot. Yes, of course, express yourself, but it's not like that can't supersede everything.
Yo, 100%.
Like, come on, dude. Everything.
Well, we come into this part now too, where I started to realize that feelings matter more than facts now.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying.
And there's a good medium of both, where you have to empathize, you have to understand the human experience and all this other stuff. But then you also have to look at facts and kind of find that good medium where you understand what somebody's going through, but you have to rationalize it within what's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Truth is also very, very fucking important, as much as your feelings are. But when you disregard the truth and it only goes on feelings, now we have there's no foundation for any type of argument. It's always feelings now. I feel this way, so my truth. I hate that phrase now.
Yeah.
This is my truth. What the fuck is my truth?
That doesn't mean
What
anything.
is your truth?
What is this? It was like the hottest phrase like 2 years ago.
My truth.
This is my truth. And it was originally supposed to be a dope statement to say like, this is just like, this is how I see things in my world. And now it just became a thing of like, listen, if I see it this way, that means it's right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's wrong.
That's
wrong.
crazy.
That's literally the worst way to go through life.
That's wrong, dude.
How do you live like that? It's
Like-
just insanity.
And then they'll turn around shit on like a Scientologist who believes in aliens, and they'll
You know what I mean?
They'll be like, but to that motherfucker, that's his truth. So
Yeah.
who are you
So,
to
like,
tell him that
Exactly.
Zebulon isn't a real fucking place?
And it is, though.
And let me
it
tell you
is.
something.
Join Scientology. No,
Lord L. Ron Hubbard.
hell wrong.
What's it called? There's this, my buddy Jason, he does this thing called, this channel called Jubilee. And he does this thing where he'll have two competing sides talk to each other.
Mm.
and he had one where it was scientists versus flat earthers.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
And it was the most frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about these people who are astronauts, who have dedicated their whole life to science, that has degrees,
Sure.
PhDs, they're doctors for crying fucking out
They've been in
loud.
space.
And these people who are flat earthers
They
are
live at
literally
home.
calling them stupid.
Yeah.
They goes, well, you guys are dumb. And everybody in the comments are like, how do you get to a point where you look at somebody who has studied something in and out, this is their job and career,
Mhm.
and you can call them dumb, and all you do is scrub your ass at home for 24 hours a day. Who the fuck do you think you are?
It's because feelings have become like at some point those flat earthers were told like it's okay, like don't tell them that they're wrong. Don't tell, like there needs to be like sometimes you're being a dumbass, and that's just for everybody. Humans, I've been a dumbass. You're always a dumbass. People have been dumbasses.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
I'm gonna fuck you up after this podcast.
The word isn't been a dumbass. He concurrently is.
This is my
a
baseline,
dumbass.
my boy. This is my baseline.
But you get what I mean? Like
Idiota.
we all have moments where we're fucking idiots, and it's actually a good thing for someone to look at you and be like, "You're being a fucking idiot, dude." Like, check yourself and be like, "Oh shit, maybe I should check myself." But
Dude.
that's missing
Yeah.
because it's like an attack on your.
Well,
It's just like a microaggression.
It's like
or something.
being wrong
Like,
is
what?
the worst thing on earth. Like being wrong is just a normal part of life. Like you are gonna say something so, dude. When I was in Korea, right? I don't know what happened in my brain, but I left it here. And so when I was in Korea, I was wrong about so much shit, and I kept catching myself. And Mariel looked at me and she goes, "What's going on with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm wrong about everything." Like I would say stuff with such confidence. We were going somewhere, right? I'm like, "Listen, we haven't been here." And she goes, "We were here the other day." I was like, "No way. That store right there, haven't seen it." And then as I'm walking by it, I'm like,
I remember that store.
I remember that store. Guess what I did? I looked at Mariel and I was like, I'm not saying anything. I just continued to walk until she was like, no, I think we've been in that store. Okay, I was wrong. All right. I was fucking wrong. And
Yeah.
I kept doing that over and over and over.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, you just check your
happens.
L's.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Even if it's like
Yeah.
17 times a day. It's just
Unless you're a
sucks.
flat earther and you're an idiot, because their whole premise is like they think everything around them
It's a lie.
is a lie. Everything you're being told lies from NASA.
A lie.
NASA doesn't know anything.
Mhm.
This is a big conspiracy.
Like the moon landing was fucking fake. Why?
Could have been.
Why? How?
I don't
What's
know.
the purpose of it though? Why? What is the purpose of it being fake?
What does anyone gain from the Earth being flat?
And also, who gives a fuck?
That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
What does
What is
anyone
the
gain?
what is the reason that NASA would be like the Earth is round? What does that do for us? Nobody thinks about that on the regular basis.
And are you going to
gains?
check it?
Who
Yeah.
gains from that?
Are you going to go to the end of the earth to figure it out?
What if
No.
it's the globe makers, like people that make globes, like globes? They're like, yeah, we fooled them again. We're making so much money
We've made trillions of dollars.
on globes.
There's more plaster around the globe than a single disc. We've tripled our profits.
They're the
Big
only
globe, yo.
only motherfuckers that would benefit from the lie that the world is a globe.
100%.
And they
they're
don't.
laughing
I
at
don't
us.
think people that make globes have that much power.
They're probably really poor right now.
I'm just gonna go on a limb and
First
say
of all,
that
nobody even has a globe in their house
Yeah.
anymore.
Get rid of that shit.
no one does, but it's kind of cool when you see one, huh? You
Yeah.
spin it. I take it for a spin. No,
Okay.
You touch it. You just touch
I
like
go,
the
"Foo, foo,
mountains.
Only rich people have globes. All right.
yeah.
Poor people don't have that shit. Don't give a fuck. They're
Yeah.
like, you know what? It sucks right here. Why do I need to see what's going on in the rest of the world? Fuck this shit.
Every
is
day
some
here is
Jumanji
terror.
shit.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid,
That's some
people
Jumanji
didn't
shit.
believe me that South Korea was a country. And so I was in school, and probably I was in a dumb school. But I was like, where are you from? I'm Korea. They're like, no, you're not. You're Chinese. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm Korean. And they're
Yeah.
like, nah, dude, you're from Asia, right? I'm like, yeah, you're Chinese. And I started doubting myself. I'm like, am I
Maybe
Chinese?
I am Chinese. Maybe I'm.
And so we had to go to a globe, and I said, no, right there, that's Korea. And they're like, oh shit.
Damn.
This motherfucker was spitting.
They're like, there's Chinese people in Korea.
That's
You guys
so
all look
funny.
Chinese. This is like a literal conversation in second grade.
That's hilarious.
They made me doubt I was from Korea. I had to find a globe to point at it.
yeah, nice.
That's
See?
how dumb people are here.
The globe saved the day.
But it's
man.
also second graders and shit. You know what I mean?
Still, it doesn't matter how fucking offensive. I am a gook. And you need to fucking recognize
You
that
need to
shit,
respect
dude.
that, yo.
dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like this whole thing of like attacking people on stage, I feel that this is a bad sign for kind of the youth. They feel like if I get offended, I need to just attack people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that is kind of the message, and it's fucking it's insane. Like
People just kind of brush this under the rug like it's no big deal.
What
Like,
would
this is
you
a big
do
fucking
if
deal.
someone came up to you and while you're doing jokes on stage and they try to fucking attack you, what would you do?
Well, I would fucking crack them like on stage. What the fuck?
What's your first move?
Well, it depends on what they do. Like if someone comes on stage and they're like clearly like if they just walk up to me and are like, "Yo, like I'm gonna fuck you up," I'm swinging immediately once they're in rage. You get the fuck out of here. You're crazy.
You're a
loves
bully, bro.
fighting, dude.
You're a fucking
Dog,
bully,
what do you mean? You're on stage.
Pat loves violence,
Yeah,
dude.
Bro,
dog,
have you
that's-
seen? Have you
That's not very peaceful of you, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, there was a clip floating around like a few years ago. There was a comic and a heckler on stage, and they're throwing down. They're like squared up. The video starts with them squared up on stage like this, and they start swinging. And the dude picks up I think the heckler picks up the mic stand and starts swinging it at him, and like the dude's dodging it, but it was chaos. But these dudes were just scrapping on stage. It was fucking amazing.
There was that just reminds me. I saw this on the plane. There was a stand-up comic. I don't know who he is, but he was. I forgot what the joke was per se, but he was doing in a crowd for like hood ass people.
He was a white dude.
White dude,
Yeah.
and the guy was threatening to like kill him, and he was just kind of riffing off.
It's a
him.
white dude in a white sweater, tall guy.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're
so.
talking about.
Yeah, it's a white- yeah,
His name's
he-
Johnny Mitchell.
He was
You
like,
know him?
Yeah, I've met him. Yeah, I've done
yeah, he
shows
was
with him.
just riffing off these guys, like literally threatening him. And
Yeah.
the one guy goes up on stage and tries to attack him.
And like they kind of have this weird. He like kind of whiplashes or whatever.
Yeah,
He,
he's like,
yeah.
he goes, I'll fucking kill you right now, dude. He goes, really? Are you?
That's the same place where the dude pulled out a gun when Mike Tyson was there.
Oh.
go-
That
don't
place,
do
that place
stand-
is nuts, dude.
Why would
Where
you
is
ever
that?
perform
Every
there?
time I see a video with that background, it's like called Sunset something, and it's got the little glittery gold in the
Is it
background.
in LA?
I think it's in Hollywood.
Oh
It's like
my
I
God.
think it's a rooftop or something.
Oh
But
my-
anyways, whenever I see that background, I'm like, some shit's cracking off for sure.
So it's the same. Why do people perform there, dude?
Oh,
That
comics.
guy
We're gonna
literally
see
was
Pat
going to
there
fucking kill
knocking
him.
some dude out.
I would perform there to be honest.
He was like, oh, he was like, he was like talking about him. He's like, I've been in jail or some
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, he goes, well, you scared? He goes, yeah, I'm scared. I was like, of course
Yeah,
I'm scared. You went
yeah.
to jail. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And the guy, and he's like roasting this dude, which obviously as a, veteran comic, he probably is going to do that.
Of course.
And he's making me laugh. I'm giggling.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this guy thinks that it's okay to fucking go ahead and attack this comic.
Crazy.
Why? Why is that okay? You're at a comedy show. How does
Yeah.
that make sense?
What are you doing, dog?
What are you doing there? Don't go to comedy shows. I don't understand it. Like, make this make sense to me.
No, yeah. Comics need to train, man. There you go. That's your new clientele, comics.
Honestly, most of
they
the
need to know
people
how
I
to-
train are kind of comedians.
But I
anyway.
wonder too, it's like, do you think somebody would have ran up on stage at Joe Rogan?
No, fuck no.
Joe Rogan would have choked you out immediately.
Those guys that were
Immediately.
talking shit to that white guy, they probably thought they could beat this fool's ass.
Yeah,
and they
sure.
thought that they could like intimidate him to stop talking shit.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked, but not
But see,
really.
that's what I don't like either. Like, if you're such a tough dude, you should go after people who can actually do some shit about it.
Well, they're
right?
bullies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. They're bullies. They
Well,
don't.
that's what I'm saying. Like, we had this previous podcast we are talking about Bryan Callen, and that's like the whole Bryan Callen thing, which is why I disliked it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he
He's a
thought
bully.
that he could talk to Bobby Lee that way because he's the goofy, Bobby Lee,
Pacifists,
very pacifist.
Right.
not gonna clap back.
Yeah, and he thought that he could fucking bully him. And,
Yeah, that's
and that-
wild.
It sits wrong with me because it's like, okay, Brian, would you have, let's say you found out that Joe Rogan was talking shit about you. Would you have popped off and threatened Joe Rogan saying, listen, I know Joe Rogan.
Hey, Joe Rogan. I know Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's like,
He will cancel you.
I am Joe Rogan. Like, was he going to do that to Joe Rogan? Probably not, but he thought he could do that to Bobby,
Yeah.
which is so unfair. And
It's a
when he
strong
didn't-
arm.
Yeah, and he didn't realize that fucking Kalila's a psychopath.
That's
And
crazy.
She
dog.
wants that smoke.
Yeah, she wants to
She's
smoke.
ready for it.
She's ready for all that type of shit. It's like this whole idea too. It's like, and Bryan Callen has openly said too, I hate bullies. You're a bully, bro.
Mhm.
Mm.
You're a bully. The fuck are you talking about? So I always wonder too. And I said in the previous one, what the fuck did he go through? Like, what? I want to know his background.
What kind
Like,
of trauma you went through, Bryan
who
Callen?
bullied him? Like, what did he
Yeah.
go through in his whole life for him to always feel that he has to be a tough guy, even though you're a comic? Being a tough guy comic does absolutely nothing for you.
Yeah, it's like, come on,
It's against
dude.
the brand, isn't
it's
it?
Yeah.
not it's just you're among comics are not tough dudes. Like, it's not a tough bunch of motherfuckers. It's like, that's not impressive
Yeah.
to be a tough it's like, yeah, all these comics are nerds and shit. Like, who cares? Like, who gives a fuck?
Have you ever seen? Did you guys ever get to see Charlie Murphy perform?
No.
I went to one of his stand-up specials, not specials, but one of his stand-ups.
Uh-huh.
Tell you something. I only laughed because I was so scared of him.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to laugh or he was going to kill me. And I got to tell you, I did not find him funny. I just laughed though. I
Yeah,
was so
you were
uncomfortable.
scared.
Because he started stand up later in his career, right? Like
yeah,
he did Chappelle first, and then he kind of started doing stand up.
Yeah, I think like Eddie was the one that kind of, told him to do stand-up. And, like I said, he's passed away. I still
R.I.P.
think he's fucking hilarious. I mean, his his Dave Chappelle reign
the
was
best.
so
Amazing.
The
fucking
best.
funny, dude. But that's
The
why I went to go
best.
watch him do stand up, and it wasn't that funny to me.
He was new, yeah.
But he was definitely, I don't know, his presence is so scary. It's hard to laugh at somebody that's fucking intimidating you through for a whole set. He looks like he's done shit in his life. Like
He
he's-
has.
Okay, well there it is.
Yeah,
That fool gets down, bro.
I've heard some crazy stories about him where I was like, damn, that's fucking wild.
Like what?
Yes,
I don't know. I don't remember the specifics, but I remember him. Like, I think it was him telling, or I don't know if it was him or somebody talking about him, but stories involved. I think it was him on radios. He was like, but he was very vague about it. He was like, I can't go into the details because obviously it's some incriminating shit.
Oh my
He's
god.
like, but understand, like, it almost got there, and like,
That's all you have to say, sir.
guns might have been involved, but we squashed it, and thankfully we're both here alive.
What the fuck?
It was something like that where it was
See,
like,
that's real tough guy shit.
okay, like
See, that's tough
when someone
guy
starts
shit.
being
Yeah.
vague, like can't tell you details, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, someone was about to get shot in the fucking head,
And that's very different.
and
That
it was
energy
very
is
like,
very different.
yeah, for sure. That
Yeah, too. And like I think like with Bryan too, when I always hear his like tough guy stuff, like I said, it was very entertaining at first, and now it's just a weird part of his psyche because there's also this really uncomfortable clip of Brendan Schaub, and have you seen it?
Yeah,
And
dude,
Bryan
and they're-
just going at it.
no,
I fight. It was something like that. It was along those
really?
lines of like
Yeah.
he
You
was
don't
saying
know
like
me.
you've never been in a fight, and that's what Brendan Schaub is saying to
the
Bryan
Bryan
Callen.
Callen, yeah.
And he gets like really worked up, like uncharacteristically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
goes,
like-
you don't know me. You don't know how many street fights I've been in. He goes, I've been in more street fights than you have. And then Brendan's like, oh, you've been in more street fights than I have? I don't think that's true at all. I've been in a lot of street fights. It just sounded so stupid.
Yeah, like why
it's
would
just
you say that
why are
to
you- this
Brendan
is a
Schaub?
podcast. This is supposed to be entertaining. You know?
What are you fucking dick measuring street fights for?
What are you trying to prove?
Yeah, who cares?
The thing is like that. I mean, it's like cliche, but it's like, yeah, you're right. Like people that are actually tough and about it don't need to talk about it. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that loud barking shit. Like why?
And you're talking to a fucking, like you
a
said,
fighter,
a heavyweight
Wait.
top 10 in
UFC,
the UFC.
knocked out Mirko Croak.
Yeah, like
Like, what the fuck? How are you going to say that you're tougher than the guy that literally fought one of my favorite fighters of all time and knocked him out?
Got down with Nogueira,
and
For
then,
real.
a legend. Even though he lost, he still was in the ring fighting a legend.
yeah,
Mhm.
dude. All the guys he
Animal.
fought were scary as shit.
Travis Brown at the time when he fought him was scary
Travis
as fuck in
Brown.
the division.
Fucked his ass up.
Yeah, that was bad.
He fucked his ass up.
That shit made me feel good.
But it does seem like a thing that like theme for him, right? Where he just keeps talking about like I'm a tough guy. Ugh.
Bow.
Another one just for the other podcast.
No, but like that's the thing too. Like this whole like pseudo tough guy stuff is very odd, and you can kind of smell it on people.
You can, yeah, for
You know,
sure.
and I think with Bryan, when it was a joke at first, it was very very fun. But once it started becoming really serious, it's not funny anymore.
I always thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was serious. That is kind of weird. It's like, what? Oh, you really think that?
Why is it that everybody in that circle too is going through their cancel phases? Chris D'Elia had his cancel phase. Bryan Callen has his cancel phase. Now Brendan Schaub is going through it. Like, what the fuck is it about that specific comic group that they're always in some shit?
I think part of it is like Joe Rogan, like because there, like when he had Bernie Sanders on, like there was like he was starting to have like some influence.
Mm.
That's when shit started cracking off with Chris D'Elia, and like Joey Diaz had a moment where like because he said that he like made a girl suck his dick for stage time at the Comedy Store or whatever. Like little things like that started happening. So I think it's more based on
The ripple
like,
effect,
look,
huh?
these guys aren't perfect. They're comics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're wild fucking dudes. But I think it has to do with the Joe Rogan's influence more than it does like that.
Mm.
and they have a lot to lose. Too, right?
This though with Brendan Schaub, I think is not that. I
Yeah.
think I think this
Canceling.
is different. I think this is they just somehow for whatever reason like popped this up out of nowhere on themselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's like-
yeah.
because he's arguing with his peers, you know, like people that he's like colleagues with. It's not like the internet.
Yeah, like
attacking
it
him
wasn't. It
necessarily.
was. Yeah, they created the situation out of nothing. But with Chris D'Elia, I remember there was something like because even like so Elon Musk, for example, now like he bought Twitter and then he made that post where he's like, "Yo, I used to always vote Democrat, but like they've become the
Mhm.
party division. I'm
Yeah.
going Republican." Today, there's a story now about how he like exposed himself to some girl and paid her off $250,000. And even before he was like, "Watch them come after me now." And literally today, now there's this
Ooh.
post about it. So like whenever someone
Wait, Bernie Sanders did?
No, Elon.
no Elon Musk.
Oh,
That'd be way funnier. That'd be
Oh.
so much funnier if it was Bernie. Let's play that scenario out.
Socialism is wrong, but me showing your dick is okay.
With his gloves and he's
Yeah.
sitting in the chair like this.
Hey, he's just trying to share, man.
He
He's
does the
just trying
Sharon
to-
Stone. He goes,
What's wrong with a little rape, punk? But socialism, evil.
He's just trying to share it, dude. He's just trying to share it.
So
Democratic Socialist trying to share his dick.
Showed his dangalang?
Well, that's the story, but it comes after. I mean, like him buying Twitter and then saying that, and then he literally posts. He's like, "Watch them come after me." Puts like a little popcorn emoji, and then today there's like a story like this girl got paid off because he showed him his dick or whatever.
It's being weaponized now.
But I'm just saying, like, they will, if somebody gets too big and they start, like, they can kind of play with the narrative a little bit, the machine will go after him. That's what it looks like.
That's why
but this Brendan Schaub shit, I think that's not what's going on. I think they just fucking are being
out of himself.
I don't know what's going on there, but it has nothing to do with that. I don't think that. I think that's just his own dumb shit. I don't know what happened.
I feel like once you become a certain amount of famous, like you're always just going to be a target now because people are going to dig up something about you, right?
For sure.
And then the weird thing is too, is like when the public sees bad things about that people have done, it's like stuff that you've probably done yourself, but the only difference is that you're not a celebrity.
Yep.
Yeah, and it feels good to be like shit on somebody, and even though you've done fucked up things, it just for some people, for people that are I think weaker minded, it just feels good to shit on somebody else.
Man,
makes
years
you
ago,
forget about your life.
There was this Asian kid that kind of went after this white girl who wore this like Chinese dress, and for her junior prom, saying it's like cultural appropriation, all this other shit, all this other stuff, right? And then literally somebody just went through his Twitter and he's calling black people the N word with the hard R.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Which is way worse.
You put that on Twitter?
Worse.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck was this guy doing?
Yeah.
And that's just a clear example.
He's
of
culturally appropriating white culture. Hey, man, that's
your
our
culture, bro.
thing, dude.
That's my shit.
That's our thing, dude. Back off.
That's ours.
White pride hashtag. The fuck out of here with my racism, dude. That fool's such an appropriator, bro. I hate that kid.
That's an appropriator. I think that's the most outlandish
But that's
thing
what these people, that's what a lot of these kids are. Like they always love to just tear somebody down knowing that they have imperfections themselves.
Yeah.
It's not going to make you a better person.
The loudest guy that's trying to make it seem like he's a good person is definitely the biggest piece of shit.
Dude, 100%.
All the time. The guy that's always like, I'm not racist, and then wants to tear this person down, for sure racist.
Dude, my favorite fucking phrase is this: I don't see color.
Shut up.
That
You're
means
an
you're
idiot.
racist. That means you treat black people differently when you're around them.
Yeah.
That's
or you treat
weird.
other races completely different.
Oh, we all see color.
Yeah.
We 100% do. Is that that's not an issue.
Yeah.
Like it's never an issue to see different cultures and different ethnicities and races. That's not a fucking problem. It's what you do with it. That's the issue.
Yeah.
The fuck you mean you don't see color, dude? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't see color whatsoever. Like, really? I'm colorblind. For reals? No, literally. I'm colorblind.
I don't know what color your shirt
Everybody's
is.
green and red. I'm like, oh, okay, my bad, bro.
Green and red.
I'm actually blind. I don't see shit. He just whips out a stick. I was trashing this guy for an hour. My buddy Ed, too, this is the funniest shit that he ever did. He was at a Thai restaurant, and there was this dude like in the corner being all cool as fuck wearing sunglasses in the restaurant. And this fool is just going, oh, dude, these fucking guys in LA wearing their stupid ass fucking sunglasses.
I do that all the time.
You see the guy? Fucking, he can't fucking pour his own sauces and condiments in his plate. He has his lady doing it for him. This guy's blind. He's talking mad shit.
Wow.
And this fool gets up. Just starts walking. That fool fucking mortified. I was like, bro, you're going to hell, dude. You literally talk shit about a blind dude for an hour.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
The fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
Dude.
That's
That's what I
incredible.
hella mad too, because I told that. Well, no, he wasn't hella mad, but I told that story to like Bart and Joe. They turned it into a sketch, but it was his story. He was like a little bad about that.
That's
I was like,
fucking funny.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you messed up. It's
Hey,
all
you
good.
messed up. It's okay. You didn't
I've done
know.
that. You
It was-
prejudge some people.
You
sometimes.
prejudging is a normal thing to do.
That shit's fucking crazy though. I can't believe this fool was just shit talking a blind dude.
That's so
fucking
funny.
cool LA guy.
He probably wasn't acting that blind though. You know, it's like some blind people are like real blind. He was probably just like a real suave motherfucker anyway,
Suave
who just
blind
happened
guy.
to be blind.
Yes.
Had his lady
smoking
doing
his
his thing.
cigarette backwards.
It's not lighting. Oh, it's weird.
The filter's being lit up. Look at this guy smoking a cigarette backwards. Oh, so different.
He thinks he's so cool.
Fucking cool, dude. Why don't you make eye contact with somebody when you talk to them, huh? This was always stared off somewhere. I'm that guy, dude. I've been fucking talking shit like crazy.
Oh my god, that's so good.
That's my New Year's goal though, to stop talking shit so much.
Well, why do you feel like you talk so much shit?
I don't know. Feels good.
No, like in what scenarios do you feel like,
No, I
I
don't think I
talk shit all
talk
the
shit.
time?
I think people feel like I talk a lot of shit, but the difference is I always say talking shit is different if I've already said it to their face.
Yeah.
If I said it to their face and I say it behind their backs and I say it in public, it's all the same.
Yeah.
They know this.
Yeah.
Like, you know I don't like you. Like, I've done this multiple times. Like, even in high school, it was like that. But did you guys ever do well in school?
I did. Yeah, I did good in school actually.
For real?
Yeah, because I was good at like I would fuck around, but when in class I could listen and I was good at figuring out. I knew by the way they were talking what was going to be on the test, and I would write. I was just good at that, and then I would cram before tests, and I have a good memory.
What was your
so,
GPA when you graduated?
like 3.7 or something.
Fucking
God,
nerd.
and he went
dude.
to a good school too.
What a fucking nerd,
He
bro.
went to a
What
really
else
good
you
school.
do?
I was a
huh?
nerd.
Get a
yeah.
rolly bag too, bitch.
And bro, in elementary school, I had a rolly bag.
That's elementary
Look at
though.
your perfect ass posture, dude.
Yeah,
That's elementary school.
but yeah, no, I don't know. I was able to do it. I don't know.
What the
I
fuck? You had a
crammed.
3.7? You ain't no comic.
I crammed. Honestly, in retrospect, I wish I knew that high school really doesn't matter that much. I would have fucked around so much more, but I was so afraid of like the consequences of like not
You went to
graduating
college?
high school. I went to college, yeah.
Which college?
Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara.
What the fuck? This
Yeah,
fool
yeah, bro.
educated. You graduate?
I graduated, yeah.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
I summa cum laude,
Bitch
bro.
ass motherfucker.
I dropped out, bitch, like a real man. You graduated too hot, pussy.
Come
Yeah, it
along.
took me like 8 years though.
Northridge,
Oh, like a
6
real
years.
man.
I went to community college and I was like, I gotta get my shit together, yo. I was like, it was just hard for me to get classes because my major was sciences. But
Damn, I'm the dumbest one in this fucking room.
Northridge?
Nah.
You went to Northridge.
I went to Northridge for
Yeah.
2 years. That shit was cool too, but the whole time I fucking hated school, dog.
Let me ask you
Because
something.
I would get some professors. Because look, I was in kinesiology, right? And I would get some professors.
Fake news. Go ahead.
No, for real. Some of it really is a fucking sham. Like the only classes I really liked was like exercise physiology because it was like, oh, this is like actual science. And that was the one time I was like, oh, I think I like science. Like I figured it out. Like I like anatomy. I like all that shit. But I had this one, like most of my professors were all full of shit. Like a lot of them.
You
Like,
just didn't know what the fuck they were talking about.
well, they would just go in there and they would just phone it in. I had one class where you had to juggle for the final, bro.
Juggle for
You
the
had to
final
learn how to juggle.
in
Why?
college.
And this was like a motor development skills class. And it's like teaching you how to like learn skills. And the whole time I was like, bro, I'm commuting Monday through Friday to this fucking class where the final is juggling or as an alternative, cup stacking. And like, I was like, I'm not going to juggle. First
I'm
off,
going with the cup
fucking-
stacking easy.
Did I just pay
dog, that's what I'm saying.
$20,000
Hey,
to learn how to juggle?
after this, go get a job.
Bro, for real. Dog, I went to the final and it was like, you had to show the professor juggling with 3 balls. And then I was like, I didn't practice because I was like, fuck that. So I go up to him and I like fuck up consistently.
Yeah.
And then he gives me a B.
Why don't you just double leg his ass and beat his ass? Like with the audacity.
Wow.
And he knew it was bullshit. He looked at me like, sorry, bro, this is just
That's
what
the
it is.
curriculum? That's the state
This
curriculum?
was one of the classes. Like it was just, and it was like my first year, like my junior year in college. And I just was like, this is such a sham, bro. And it was like, I learned nothing. I learned nothing.
And you got a B. You dropped the balls and got a B.
Bro, I didn't even try to juggle. I was like, I looked at him like,
Can't do it.
what do you
Like,
want me to do, bro? This is crazy. You know this is ridiculous.
I wish I would have fucking taken that class. I fucking took stupid shit. I think it was econ, biz major, all this other
Sounds
bullshit.
like it was legitimate.
That sounds-
actually.
those are good- those are- yeah, those are
it
good
sounds like
classes.
that served
yeah,
you well.
but I did really bad because they were teaching me real shit. I wanted- I wanted to do that
But
class.
juggling, cup stacking,
If I knew I had that class, I would have been super happy. I was like,
Juggles.
dude, you could really juggle. It's like, you bet. I wanted this A, dude.
Dude.
Wait, how did you have to stack the cups? Like you
Like,
had to make
know
like a
those-
pyramid?
Those professional cup stackers,
Yes.
you would have to do like a segment of that.
Why?
Just to prove that you learned the skill and you could practice it. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna invest my time on this shit, dude.
The class was how to learn a skill?
It was the basics of like motor development, which is like a fancy word of just like learning skills. That's what it was. And it was just like trying to reverse engineer how to teach. Exactly. It's all nonsense. It's nonsense. You know what I mean?
You know what
dude.
the most annoying thing about college was? Like, if you transfer to school, like let's say you were at a university, right? And you took this obscure class, that credit means nothing.
Yeah.
I took this class
There's a lot of
called Modern and Political Repression in Modern China. There is no other class anywhere for that.
Too long of a
And I had to
name
retake
also.
it. And I was like, cool, I'll just retake it so I can redo my GPA. I go to a different university. They're like, we don't have this class. You're just stuck with this F. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to undo this F? Because it's just very specific. I still have the book for that course.
So
to this day.
dumb, dude.
It's so fucking dumb.
It really depends.
We should
on
do a
what you major in,
podcast
dude.
reading from that textbook
Oh,
and teaching.
Let me tell you something. I learned nothing.
Let it live.
I just knew that Chinese people have it bad.
Yeah. Hey, you got an A now.
Yeah. I was like, hey, man, it sucks to be you guys. And they're
And
like, A plus.
A plus. You're good.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Just juggle the ball. A plus. Fuck you, guy.
what was the most pointless class you've taken?
I had a few actually. So I
What was your
started,
major?
I studied film and media studies, which
Okay, that's insulting.
yeah. I studied film.
Yo.
But
The problem was that most of it was theory based. So I basically am a professional audience member. Like I'm really good at watching movies and like dissecting ideology, bullshit like that.
You should do a film
There was
review with David.
Few production classes which were dope, and I did learn like how to edit and do audio stuff like that. I took a few pointless classes. One was a porn class actually, but this is kind of entertaining. So the
You
lady
selected that shit on purpose, huh?
I did, yeah, because
Yeah,
I was like, "There's a porn class? Like, what
Oh,
the fuck
man.
is this?" Yeah, so we had a big theater.
With all
No.
these people.
David, this is what I thought. I thought it was gonna be cool. I'm gonna be jerking off. It's gonna be sick, dude. We watched one normal like heterosexual porno, like where it was like it was called Deep Throat. It's like the history. So in the 70s, when porn, there used to be like porn theaters. There used to be like people would like,
for
we're gonna
reals?
go out to the movies tonight. We're gonna watch an adult film, and like you could go. It was like a thing, an outing that couples and obviously weirdos would go to. And Deep Throat was like the first major, like one of the first blockbuster pornos. And the story was that this lady had a clit at the back of her throat. And she kept going to these doctors, and she's like, I got a clit in my throat. And the doctor would be like, I got just the solution for you. and he would shove
What was the solution?
He would shove his dick in the back of her throat and like come and then be like, you got to talk to my colleague. He's going to help you out. And it was just, that was the movie.
Oh, we're just getting face fucked by everyone.
Face
Being
fucked,
passed around
and
this fucking doctor.
It was impressive though, because she could deep throat. She like didn't have a gag reflex. It was like, this is the beginning of that stuff, right? So we heard the history of that, blah, blah, blah. All the other pornos were like crazy shit, like weird fetish stuff. Like we watched like a gay porn one time. So it's this big ass theater. It's like state of the art. It's called Boys in the Sand.
I would have failed immediately.
Dude, Boys in the Sand. And it's like, now we're in a room. I actually kind of was laughing because I was just watching everyone else's reaction. But there's dudes just getting butt fucked hard, 50 like feet screaming,
IMAX.
just dick ass boot, like claw, 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 ass. Oh, Billy, yeah, fuck me in my ass. I'm looking at dudes. There's dudes like watching it, but they're like, no. They're like,
They're just like this. I need to pass. I need this A.
Bro, we watched, like, I remember there was one, like the first pornos. We watched some of the first pornos ever. They were black and white, like French movies. And I remember this vividly because it fucking cracked me up. There's like, so it's like when there was no words, so they played a piano in the background, like ding, 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 ding,
fuck
ding,
out
ding,
of
ding,
here.
ding, ding, ding. And there's this guy like just fucking this girl in a meadow or something, right? Ding, 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 ding. And it's like got that weird, like kind of like you think they sped up the footage kind of movement to it. And this guy, like, they're fucking dog.
This podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp, my friends. Life can be overwhelming and many people are burned out without even knowing it, and that could be you. Are you feeling unmotivated or helpless or trapped? I have been talking about BetterHelp, and they have been such a good sponsor to us because I use it, and a lot of you have used BetterHelp. If you've heard this ad before and you haven't tried BetterHelp or any type of online therapy, BetterHelp might be the one for you. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Once again, I've been using BetterHelp for a long time, and let me tell you something, I got BetterHelp in my back pocket because let me tell you something, my friends, that boy got problems and that boy is me. Let's start feeling better together, my friends. Genius Brain listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/genius. That's BetterHelp.com/genius.
Style for a while, and then this guy comes out of the bushes, like another guy, and he's like kind of like as they're fucking, he's like inspecting, and it's like ding 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 ding, and then like letters will pop up and say, "Oh no," you know what I mean?
Oh my
like
God.
super
old timey.
old timey. And the guy's like looking, he looks at the girl, he looks at the guy, looks at the girl, and then he takes his pants down and he puts it in the guy's ass. So the guy's fucking the girl, and he puts it in his ass, and like gets like a solid like 30 pumps, like ding, 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 ding. And then he like backs up, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna go fuck her face now. And he starts like ding, 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 puts his dick in her mouth. And
After
then
he put it in his ass?
And then he goes back, first ATM on footage. And then he goes back to the guy and like goes in for a second.
Progressive, yo.
Kind of puts it in, and the guy like fucking the girl's kind of like, and then he kind of like, he's like, nah. He's like, nah, no more. He's like,
he pulls
you
back.
see him be like, nah, no, you fucking me 30 pumps. 32 maybe, but like I'm out now.
Yeah.
And then he's
32
like,
and a half.
ding, 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 ding. And then he goes back to the girl's face, and then it just cut to some other weirdo scene. It was the weirdest fucking class I've ever taken in my life. Learned nothing. Watched weird porn. They would have porn stars come in and talk to us, which was kind of entertaining. Other than that, don't know why that's a class. Made no sense.
See, college can be a sham, yo. It really can be. It can be a fucking racket.
The teacher's spin on it was that it was like a feminist porno class. Literally learned nothing about
Feminism.
how this was good for women or what. I just watched a lot of weird shit.
I feel like
and
that
was
professor
wow.
just wanted, he just has a camera recording everybody's reaction to watching gay porn. And he's just cracking the fuck up after. Just,
Dude, people, motherfuckers were uncomfortable, dude. And I was laughing my
I'll
ass
tell you
off.
this, even when I do watch porn and then there's like, it switches over to the guy's face, my dick goes limp.
Yeah. Why are you showing his face?
I don't like
They're trying to
literally.
show you the passion.
Can I
yo.
just say this? Everybody who is a porn director, I don't watch porn that much anymore. But when I do, I just would request, nobody needs to see the guy do this.
No one.
Right before he's about to come.
We know what
No
his
one.
face looks like.
Yeah.
When a guy
Okay.
watches porn, right, we're imagining that we are there.
Yeah.
I don't need to see his face.
Yeah.
My fucking dick
that face.
soft immediately.
Also, the guy, stop dirty talking so much.
Be quiet.
Shut
the fuck up.
dude.
No more talking.
Shut up.
like that?
Yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah, you know daddy does that to you. Like, dude, shut up.
Also, girls, you shut the
Shut
fuck
up too. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I don't like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is this?
My pussy. Like, dude, stop.
I never had to stress so hard. I'm like, first of all, nobody talks like this.
Yeah. Stop it.
I hate this so much. Mute.
Be a professional.
Be a professional,
Get
right?
fucked. Be a professional.
When's the last time you actually really had sex for fun?
Yeah.
Right? Go
Yeah.
back to those days.
Go back to those days.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's a bit much.
That can't be the norm. Okay. Because that's going to be the baseline. Some people are going to think that's normal.
Well, you know the weird thing about like porno now, it's so hyper accessible. Like people don't understand how hard it was to get porn when I was younger. I had to hit up a contact of this dude that could get it downloaded somewhere that had a VHS somewhere. And then we had to hide that shit. Motherfuckers would tear pages out of like fucking Playboys and sell them for $0.25. It's like, hey, bro, you trying to get that dick hard later or what? And it's like
Take turns with the same piece of paper.
50 cents. How about 35? Shit, all right, bro, you a customer, man. I got you. And they slide over the piece of paper. And I look at it. I'm like, hey, man, she covering up her tits. Yeah, that's what 35 gets you.
You cheap motherfucker.
Yeah, you should have known about that shit, homie. If you want that 50-cent shit, I got you, bro. Slides it over. It's full tit. I don't see pussy. Just $1, man.
This guy's good.
This guy's
Next
a
thing you
great
know, I
salesman.
used $3.
Damn.
And,
Got you.
and I just have a collection of 4 torn pages.
He got you.
It was hard, man. Like I specifically remember, dog. I had this neighbor who lived across my street. His name was Sam. And his internet was a little faster than mine. And the first time I ever watched porn was over at his house. And I just remember on his little 56K modem, it would just be beep,
Mhm.
beep. And we would just sit there for 5 minutes waiting for the full picture to load. And then it would finally happen. I'm like, whoa, this is great.
Do you guys remember the first porno you actually watched as like a young child?
I don't know
Young
the
adult?
video.
I
I
don't
know
remember
the
the first.
picture. And I remember I got freaked out when I saw a girl sucking dick because I didn't want to see a guy's dick.
And you're like, oh.
That was common. I used to cover the guy's dick.
Yeah, and it would freak me the fuck out. So
You
I
went straight,
only
motherfucker.
liked
you ain't
lesbian
fooling me.
porn because I could see naked ladies. But every time I saw a guy, it would like make me feel weird. And I turned out I'm gay. not gay, not weird like that, but it would like make my dick soft. I'm like, oh god damn it.
For me, it was because like I watched it, like I would watch porn with my buddies, which is kind of gay, but like it was like all
Kind of.
we were like trying to like prove to each other that we were.
Dude, you're not gonna look at it, dude. I'm not gonna look at the dick.
But you end up playing like whack-a-mole because the camera angles change.
It changes.
And so you have to like, I'm actually more focused on this guy's dick than anything else in the video. But yeah, I remember doing that too. And now it's like fucking whatever.
Well, now
I'll be
it's just
looking at
like,
that
now
dude's
I'm
ass,
picturing,
like,
it's like, wait, I'm that guy. I have a 10-inch dick.
This is pretty awesome.
yeah.
And
This
I'm
is
ripped.
That's sick.
We had
I'm
a
jacked.
conversation on JK News about this years ago. They're like, how do you guys fucking watch porn when you're literally seeing a dick in there? Isn't that considered kind of gay? And we're like, no.
No,
We're the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
I'm Rico Suave.
I'm the star in the movie.
Yeah. And I'm having sex with this lascivious woman.
Lascivious woman.
Lascivious.
You know what's wild is like when they start doing like I'll be like sometimes like a dude will spit in a girl's face or something, and I'll just
That's
be
wild.
like I'll be like, damn, that's just rude.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's wild.
Have
that's rude.
I don't like that.
Okay, let
Don't
me ask you
spit
this.
on
Or
her.
the fish hooking, bro. Like, hey, what is that about?
That's also unnecessary.
Yeah.
This is a
You got her
hilarious thing.
fucking damn.
Have you ever been with a girl that asked you to hit them?
no.
No, not hit them. No.
That shit is so fucking weird. It's not.
And what is that's such like a what is be specific when you say hit me?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't mean like slapping on the ass. I'm talking about this
yeah.
girl. This girl
I would
asked.
imagine it's a
This girl asked
punch?
me
Elbow.
to slap the
Oh,
living
slap.
taste out of her mouth. Dude.
Wow.
And it's weird because, you know, when somebody says these type of things, first of all, I never experienced that. I didn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck to do with it.
how do you respond to that?
Well, you have to slap them because they're literally getting turned on by the shit. You're not going to be the guy that's going to just ruin the moment. But I remember when I first slapped her, right?
Do you do a feeler
You
one
did the
first?
people's elbow.
So it was like
You
this.
throw your elbow back?
I went like this. I went like that. And she legit said to me, I just remember this shit. She goes, "You fucking pussy,
Whoa.
slap me harder."
Whoa.
My dick went soft immediately.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What happened?" "You called me a pussy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not, hey, give me a heads up.
That's wild, bro.
Tell me like, hey, I like this type of shit. Don't just spring it up on me, bitch. Like, what the fuck? At that time, we hooked up twice. This never happened before.
That's crazy.
So
The
she never
second
told me
time?
this shit.
On number
Wow.
2, that's pretty wild.
And so, you know, we tried doing it again. And let me tell you something. I was irritated.
You
I
loaded
decked
up.
the fuck out of her. I slapped this girl to an oblivion.
And what was her reaction?
she came.
loved it.
She came.
She loved it.
Yeah.
I did not like it though.
That's weird.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, because you don't want to just beat the shit out of women.
bro.
Yeah, like my fingers were hot.
Wow.
And I felt bad, but
Yeah.
she fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, this is some weird shit.
That's a slippery
And I don't
slope.
care if it turns you on. It's turning me off. I
I'm
don't
not.
like
Yeah, I'm not trying to beat the shit out of us. I just
Yeah.
want to have sex. I don't want to fucking assault somebody.
It's so much work.
What's going on?
It's also a lot of work, dude.
yeah.
It's like, go ahead, just do it like a fucking speed bag. Like tie my tits in a knot and hang me from it. Like
yeah,
fucking
like
meat.
damn, bitch. Let's
Yeah, I
just
don't
put
know
on
about
some
that shit.
fucking Marvin Gaye and have sex.
It's weird shit, dude. Like she liked being, she liked what do we call that shit? The fucking the chain shit. What do you call that stuff? Like,
BDSM shit.
BDSM.
yeah, I don't
Bondage?
really fuck with that shit.
Me
dude.
neither. That's weird.
Yeah,
That's too much extra stuff.
it's too much work.
Let's
What
keep
is
it
this?
basic. Let's keep it fundamental. You know? We
I
have
don't
do all
want to
this
be
extra shit.
hitting anybody, dude.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want to be hit. I've had
Yeah.
girls try to choke me, and I was like, I don't want to feel pain at all right now.
Like literally in the middle, they just try to just choke you out.
yeah, like they'll try to choke me or like, and it's like or like hard scratches. It's like I don't want to feel pain right now. Like this is I would just want pleasure, no pain. Don't pull my hair. What? This
she just starts
sucks.
braiding your hair.
It just hurt. It
That's
hurts.
fine. You could braid my hair.
She got the
bitch.
rat tail comb out. Starts laughing.
Bro, that's kind of
Give
nice.
me sick ass braids.
You start playing with it? Ooh, shit.
You're all itchy and shit.
I don't know. That's just not. I don't get it. But yeah, I'm with you on that.
I don't mind if they tell me to like choke them a little bit. I'm okay, but I can't.
A
hit
standard
them.
practice, you know?
Standard practice.
Standard
Like
practice.
this little.
That's generally like
The book's
seems
been
well liked.
the book's been updated. That's standard practice.
Standard
practice.
practice. Little slap on the ass.
Yeah.
I'm
Do a
okay.
feeler though.
Slap in the ass, good. Bang.
Yeah, little.
Feeler. Yeah, feeler.
That's
Here
what
you
you got
go.
to
You got to
do.
gauge the
You got
reaction.
to just place it and then see what happens.
place.
Mhm.
See what they do.
Yeah.
Stick a
Place
dick in the nostril and just fucking COVID swap them. I'm okay with that,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah.
That's new. That's
I just
That
shot it
is
really
the-
fast and I'm like, got COVID. You guys don't do that? You guys don't do the PCR fuck?
You're positive for COVID and AIDS.
Yeah, dude. You guys don't do anti-gen fucking, dude?
I'm not really down with the COVID theme.
I just get it out of nowhere. What the fuck? Yeah, you like that shit, bitch? That's right. You got the fucking vid, ho.
You got it. You got it.
Well, guys, that wraps up this episode of the GeniusBrainPodcast. Podcast.
Yeah.
We got Patrick.T.Riley. You can follow him on Instagrams. He's doing the stand-up.
Telling
He's-
jokes,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he's out here just fucking shitting on people, taking away his racist powers. Right? That N-word stuff is his people's.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't you try to take it.
All
That's
right.
cultural appropriation.
And we got Nick the Ear over here being a jujitsu coach. You can go ahead and sign up for his classes, see him online. He got some online training stuff. He's doing what he's doing, man. Out here in the streets, sucking that dick relentlessly.
dick.
You know what I'm saying?
All teeth.
Ding dong.
No
saying?
spit.
Oof, all teeth.
Full eye contact.
Right, bro.
That's right. And
Lips
it grabs
chapped.
the ass cheek, spreads it open.
Oh.
Helps you fart without making a noise because
Damn.
the butt cheeks are the part that make the noise.
Oh, it's
People
true.
don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Put them on game, David.
So it just goes, that's it. That's it. Nick's specialty. And you can find
Kind of
Genius
an
Brains
expert.
every Sundays at 12 p.m. See you guys next time.